Good morning, my dears. Welcome back to our online maths class. Now we are studying our 8th unit, half and quarter. Look, dears, what is this? Yes, this is a rectangle. Look, dears, what happened to that rectangle? Yes, now I split that rectangle into 4 parts. 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. First I draw a rectangle and I split that rectangle into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Look here. Now I color one part of this rectangle. Totally how many parts? 4 parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Out of 4 parts I colored one part. How many part of this rectangle is colored? Yes, one part. Totally how many parts? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 equal parts. Totally 4 equal parts. 1 is colored. So we can write it as 1 by 4. The colored portion is 1 by 4. That means out of 4 parts 1 is colored. So we can write it as 1 by 4. Or we can call it as a fourth. A fourth. Or we can call it as a quarter. The colored portion is 1 by 4. നോക്കിക്കേ ടോട്ടലി 4 പാർട്സ് ആണുള്ളത്. അതിൽ ഒരു പാർട്ടാണ് കളർ ചെയ്തത്. സോ വി ക്യാൻ റൈറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് ആസ് 1 by 4. വി ക്യാൻ കോൾ 1 by 4 ആസ് എ ഫോർത്ത് ഓർ എ quarter. That means how many parts colored? Quarter or a fourth or 1 by 4 part is colored. Then how many part is not colored? Not colored part. How many part is not colored? 1, 2, 3. 3 equal parts are not colored. Out of 4 parts, 3 parts are not colored. So not colored part is equal to 3 by 4. Out of 4 parts, 3 part is not colored. So we can write it as 3 by 4. 1, 2, 3. Totally 4 parts ആണുള്ളത്. അതിൽ 3 parts കളർ ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെ എഴുതാം? 3 by 4 part is not colored. This is also called 3/4. Here 1 by 4 is called a fourth. 3 by 4 is called 3/4. 3/4 or 3/4. 1 by 4 is called a quarter. 3 by 4 is called 3/4. Okay, dears, let us go to the textbook activity. Vegetable garden. Fatima's vegetable garden is rectangular. Look, this is Fatima's vegetable garden. What is the shape of this garden? Yes, rectangle. That means rectangular shape garden. It is divided into 4 equal parts. Look, this garden is divided into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 equal parts. Fatima's vegetable garden is in rectangular shape. That vegetable garden is divided into how many parts? Yes, 4 parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4 equal parts. Beans is 1 part. Look, this is beans. Beans is 1 part. Pumpkin is 1 part. Look, pumpkin is in 1 part. And amaranth in two parts. Look, this is amaranth. Amaranth in how many parts? Two parts. Totally four parts. One for beans, one for pumpkin, and two for amaranth. How many parts are there in all? Totally how many parts? Count. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Totally how many parts? Yes, 4 parts. And bean are grown in dash part. How many part? Yes, 1 part. Bean are grown in a fourth part of the whole. In a fourth part. How many part? 1/4 or a fourth. We can call it as a fourth part or yes, a quarter. Look, how many part bean is garden? Yes, a fourth part or 1/4 part, or we can call it as a quarter part. They say that one of four equal part is called a fourth, and we write it as 1/4. Totally how many part beans is cultivated? Yes, 1/4 part. Totally 4 part. 1 part is beans. So we can write it as 1/4 part, or we can call it as a quarter. A quarter. Then what part of garden is the pumpkin patch? How many part? Yes, also 1/4 part. Totally 4 part. 1 part is pumpkin. So we can write 1/4. Okay. Okay. How do we write the part where amaranth is grown? How many part? Yes, totally 2 part. Out of 4 parts, 2 parts are amaranth. So we can write amaranth is in 2/4 part. 2/4 part. Look dears, totally 4 parts. 1 part is bean. So we can write 1/4. How many part is pumpkin? Also 1/4. Totally 2 part is amaranth. So we can write it as 2/4. We can call this as a fourth or a quarter. Okay. Fatima and her family plucked a large pumpkin from the garden. Look, they plucked a large pumpkin from the garden and cut it into 4 equal parts. How many parts? 4 equal parts. A pumpkin is cut it into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. How much is each part? Yes, ഓരോ പാർട്ടും എത്ര വെച്ചുണ്ട്? 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 and 1/4. One part they put aside for their use. One part of pumpkin they take for their use. Totally how many part? 1, 2, 3, 4. One part is take for their use. How much is the remaining? Yes, 3 parts are remaining. 3 of 4 equal parts is called 3/4. We can write it as 3/4. Suppose this is that pumpkin. Now they divide that pumpkin into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. That pumpkin is divided into 4 equal parts. And 1 is taken for them. Okay. 1 part is taken for them. That means 1/4 part or a fourth or a quarter part is taken for them. Okay. What is the remaining part? 1, 2 and 3. 3 parts are remaining. We can write it as 3 by 4 or 3/4 or 3/4. Okay. Totally 4 parts. 1 is taken for them and 3 parts are remaining. So we can write 1 by 4 for them and 3 by 4 are remaining parts. 3 by 4 or 3/4 or 3/4. 1 by 4, a fourth or a quarter. Fawaz took 1 piece of pumpkin to a bee's home. Remaining part is 3. Out of that, 1 piece of pumpkin to a bee's home. And Fatima took 2 pieces. Remaining 1 piece for a bee's home. Remaining 2. 2 pieces, one to Tirtha's home and the other to Nandu's home. How do we write the part of Fawaz took? How many parts? 1 part. That means 1 by 4 part. And what part did Fatima take? Fatima take 2 pieces. Out of the 4 pieces, Fatima took 2 pieces. So we can write it as 2 by 4. We can write 2 by 4 as also equal to 1 by 2. That means half. Okay. 4ന്റെ നേരെ പകുതിയല്ലേ 2. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് എന്തെഴുതാം? ഹാഫ് എന്ന്. 1 by 2 എന്നും അതിനെ എഴുതാം. അതിനെ നമ്മൾ എന്തെന്ന് പറയും? ഹാഫ് എന്ന് പറയും. Look dears, colored part. What part of each picture is colored? Write it in the box on the right. Okay. Fine. How many part is colored? Totally how many part? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Out of 4 parts, 1 is colored. So we can write it as 1 by 4. Out of the 4 part, 1 is colored. So we can write it as 1 by 4. Here, how many part is colored? 1, 2, 3. Totally how many equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means out of 4 equal parts, 3 of them are colored. So we can write it as 3 by 4. Okay. Look here. How many parts we can see here? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 equal parts. How many part is colored? 2 part. So we can write it as 2 by 4. Out of 4, 2 part is colored. Look here. How many part we can see here? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 equal parts. How many part is colored? Yes, 3 part. How can we write that? Yes, 3 by 4. Next one, draw and color. In what always can we show 1 by 4 of a rectangle? Look, here we can see a rectangle and that rectangle is divided into 4 equal parts and 1 part is colored. So we can write the colored part is equal to 1 by 4. Is this is the only way of showing 1 by 4 in a rectangle? No. Do it in different ways and color a quarter. Here they gave 3 rectangles. Divide each rectangle into 4 equal parts and color one of that part. That means 1 by 4 of that rectangle. How can we divide this rectangle in another way? Except this. ഇത് ഈ രീതിയിലല്ലാതെ എങ്ങനെ ഇതിനെ 4 ഈക്വൽ പാർട്ടാക്കാം? ഒന്ന് ചിന്തിച്ചേ. Okay, look here. Look here. Now I divide this rectangle into 4 equal parts. How can we color 1 by 4? Yes, color any one of the part. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു പാർട്ട് കളർ ചെയ്താൽ എന്താവും അത്? Yes, 1 by 4. Try another way of splitting this rectangle into 4 equal parts. Look, this is another way of splitting a rectangle into 4 equal parts. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Color any one of the part and write it as 1 by 4. In which way we can show 1 by 4 in this rectangle? Okay, you should try and show 1 by 4 in this rectangle. Find quarter. Put tick mark against those pictures with a quarter color. Observe all of these 5 pictures and put tick mark against which picture shows a quarter or 1 by 4. Observe all of these pictures and find which picture is 1 by 4. First look this picture. How many parts is this? 1, 2, 3 and 4. And is these 4 parts are equal? Yes. And one part is also colored. So we can write this is 1 by 4. So we can put a tick mark in this column. Look, how many parts is this figure? 1, 2, 3 and 4. But look, this part is larger than these parts. So this is not equally divided. So we cannot write this is 1 by 4. ഈ റെക്റ്റാങ്കിൾ എല്ലാം ഈക്വൽ ആയിട്ടല്ല, 4 പാർട്ട് ഉണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ ഈക്വൽ ആയിട്ടല്ല ഇത് ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്തേക്കുന്നത്. So we cannot write it as 1 by 4. So this is not a quarter or 1 by 4. Look, is this is 1 by 4? No. Here only 3 parts. So this is also not equal to 1 by 4. Look, how is this is 1 by 4? No. Why? Yes, here we can see only 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. So this is not 1 by 4. Look here. Is this is 1 by 4? Here we can see 4 parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. But this part is larger than these 3 parts. So this is not equally divided 4 parts. ഈ 4 parts എന്തല്ല? Equal അല്ല. So this is not 1 by 4. Here we can see only one picture with a quarter. This is the last activity in this unit, splitting letters. Divide each letter into 2 parts and color 1 part. First you split each letter into 2 equal parts and then color one of its part. ആദ്യം ചെയ്യുക, ഓരോ ലെറ്ററിനെയും ഈക്വൽ പാർട്സ് ആയിട്ട് ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് 2 ഈക്വൽ പാർട്സ് ആയിട്ട് ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുക, then color one of that part. How can we divide the M into 2 equal parts? Try it. Is this is your finding? Look, now the M is divided into 2 equal parts and color one of its part. Like this, split A. Now I split A like this. Like this, split T, H and S into 2 equal parts. Try another ways of splitting these letters into 2 equal parts and then color one of its part. Don't forget for coloring. Okay dears? See you in the next class with a new chapter.